Hello all, today, in this video we will count down the top 10 new science fiction web series that have been released in 2022. Sci-fi shows on this list are all newly released and all of these series got their spots based on rankings. Let's start the video. On number 1 spot it's Andor. It is a sci-fi spy adventure series set before the incidents of the Star Wars Rogue One movie and tells the story of a rebel soldier throughout the course of the 5 years that led to the film's events. The story moves over multiple distinct worlds and sectors with the emergence of the Empire and the formation of the rebel movement. Andor is now a fugitive after murdering Empire officers while risk treachery and politics wait around at every turn. What comes next is a great adventure that ultimately results in the merging of all the stories leading to the Rogue One movie. Overall, Andor is a dark, complex saga, but if you're hoping for lots of spectacular fights and lightsaber showdowns right away, you may feel dissatisfied. While it does have a good amount of action, Andor is more of a slow burn spy thriller. On number 2 spot it's The Peripheral. It is a sci-fi thriller series based on the 2014 book of the same name by William Gibson. The show is set in the near future and centers on Flynn Fisher, a young woman who leads a basic life and enjoys playing virtual reality games. However, one day she and her brother, a VR consultant for a rich guy, tested a new video game that exposed them to a stunning new reality that felt extremely authentic. But after her brother gets wounded, Fisher fulfills his management tasks for an online gaming reality before realizing that the job requires keeping an eye on people in a remote division of time and space. Suddenly, things take a turn when Fisher witnesses a man kills a lady in the game, which feels real, and she chooses to inquire, putting not only herself but also her family at risk. On number 3 spot it's 1899. It is a sci-fi mystery drama series directed by Baran bo Odar. The series centers on a group of European immigrants who are going out on the massive ship called Kerberos. They are going from London to New York City to start new livelihoods. The journey began without incident and the ship was cruising in the intended direction when it unexpectedly came across a second migrant boat drifting aimlessly in the middle of the ocean. Surprisingly, it's the same ship that mysteriously vanished a few months ago when the main ship captain and one of the female passengers more aboard tried to investigate the matter. A complicated series of mysteries began that threatened to reveal the secrets of every passenger. On number 4 spot it's Hot Skull. It is a dystopian sci-fi, a mini-series created by Merck Backle. The series takes place in a dystopian world where the spread of a lethal disease known as the semantic virus has affected how people interact. The infected are referred to as jabbers, and they talk nonsense while people wear headsets as a response to avoid infection due to this virus. The government failed, and the anti-epidemic group seized control and divided the affected areas in an attempt to control the infection. The main story follows Zebus, who discovers that he is apparently immune to the symptoms of jabbering due to the possibility that Zebus could hold the key to finding a cure. AE forces want to bring him in, but on the other side Zebus embarks on a search of his own, joining forces with a woman named Sewell to look for an Oscar who may be the only person who can put a stop to this outbreak. On number 5 it's Cyberpunk Edgerunners. It is a cyberpunk animated series based on the game Cyberpunk 2077. The series is set in a dark future where mechanical implants are popular. While the main focus is on David Martinez, whose mother Gloria is barely able to earn enough to keep him going to school. However, following an unanticipated tragedy, David's life was completely affected, leading him to decide to implant dangerous cybernetic implants that give him incredible speed. The negative effects of his new skills become apparent when he joins Lucy, a talented mercenary who brings him to her team, helping them out on assignments, while using his new skills without realizing the terrible consequences of their use. On number 6 it's Yakumo's S-45. It is of apocalyptic sci-fi drama created by Jason George. The series takes place in the future where daylight is killing off all humans, and the only method of survival is to stay out of the sun at all costs. The story follows Armin, a marine biologist on an underwater research trip with his crew stationed inside a submarine. When the sunlight begins to kill everyone on the ground, the group becomes terrified, but they are saved by the arrival of a naval submarine called Yakumo's, on which he and his crew go. When the submarine's true goal is revealed, problems develop between the citizens and the submarine crew, and a marine biologist is forced to work out a method to survive with the team. On number 7 spot it's Glitch. It is a sci-fi mystery thriller series written by Jin Hensai. The story centers around Hong Ji-hyo, who has a lovely boyfriend and a supportive family, but unknown to many around her she has held a truth that has made it impossible for her to live in peace and harmony. Her life spirals out of control after she regularly runs into an odd alien in busy places, and things became even crazier when one night her boyfriend mysteriously disappeared in a flash of ominous light. She starts to search for her partner in the belief that aliens have taken him, and with the help of a mysterious UFO group, she tries to learn the truth about a weird mystery. On number 8 spot it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. It is a sci-fi action-adventure series directed by Deborah Chow. The series takes place after the events of the Revenge of the Sith movie, during which Order 66 decimated the Jedi organization, and Anakin Skywalker, an Obi-Wan student, transformed into the Sith Lord Darth Vader. Following this, a large number of Jedi were killed, and those that survived went into exile. The major plot revolves around Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is holding out on the desert planet Tatooine, keeping an eye on Anakin's son Luke, until he receives a message to rescue Anakin's daughter Leia, who has been abducted by the Imperial Empire's Jedi killers. On number 9 it's Outer Range. It is a sci-fi neo-western series starring Josh Brolin. The series is set on a large piece of land in Wyoming that is divided by a wire between competing landowners. The main plot revolves around the royal Abbott family, who have lived on this ranch for centuries. But when Royal discovers a strange, unexplained black hole on the distant sweep of his property, he is unknowingly dragged into a mind-bending conspiracy that changes his life completely. Amidst this, Royal is battling to keep his estate from a rival family, the Tillersons, who try to take it over, and to make matters worse, a bizarre incident occurs, and an inquiry is started into the Abbott family. On number 10 spot it's Grid. It is a sci-fi thriller series written by Lee Soo-yeon. The story takes place after a planet protection shield named Grid saves the Earth from an incoming geomagnetic storm capable of destroying entire civilizations. The point is that no one knows who built the Grid, which helped mankind in its hour of need. The main plot starts when a Grid worker witnesses a killing, and investigator Ying Sebiak is sent to pursue the murder. As they track the criminal, they come across a bizarre phenomenon that may be the founder of the Grid, who has returned after 24 years and is assisting a serial killer in escaping. Later, the plot unfolds as the investigator and police officer try to locate this mysterious person in order to learn his true purpose and the reason he is assisting a murderer in escaping. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It's Daily Tech and hit the bell icon.